Ange, tough one to take. I'm trying to work out what would be the hardest thing there. Imagine frustration.
Yeah, frustration and disappointment. It's another game we should never lose, and disappointed in the manner we conceded the goals and gave ourselves a mountain to climb, but frustrated because our football was outstanding, and even with the goals we conceded, I still felt we deserved to win the game, but it's happened too often this year where we've been our own worst enemy in certain aspects, and it's another loss.
Is there anything in particular that you pinpoint for the starts of games that conceding early?
I don't think it's just a little bit. It's a lot of making sure the finer details of, like I said, concentration, focus, understanding the threats that the opposition have. They're only going to hurt us and sort of transition and counter-attacks, and I thought we handled that really well. We'll set pieces, and the fact we conceded two from that kind of situation is just poor, because on Thursday night those kind of things we were doing, and then like I said, you put that to one side and see the way we play, and you're frustrated. You lost another game.
22 shots to 4, Ange. I mean, that tells the whole story, really, doesn't it?
Well, it tells part of the story, yeah, and it's the most frustrating part of the story, and for us, and it's frustrating. I mean, fans will be disappointed, and we're disappointed, but I think the hard part to accept is that it's not like we played poorly and lost. I think then you kind of take your medicine, but I say we're our own worst enemies at the moment in some of these games.
And you talked about the focus there. How difficult is the challenge because of the level of jeopardy being different between the Europa League and the Premier League games right now?
It's hard to say. Obviously I'm making changes to the team, and that's potentially disruptive, particularly at the start of the game. But like I said, if our football was poor and disjointed, there'd be some sort of explanation there. But our football was good. It's just, like I said, it's just something we've got in our makeup at the moment of letting things slip, and even for moments in games, and paying the ultimate price. And things are starting going our way, and you don't want to make excuses, but I mean it's very similar to the night in Frankfurt we had here, where you're creating so many chances a game you should win, and the opposition have a couple of chances, they score, and from our perspective we've just got to concentrate better in those key moments.
I wondered, was it part of the plan tonight in terms of getting the ball wide and getting crossed into the box? It seemed to get a lot of joy there.
Yeah, it was. We kind of knew that the way they play, they sort of clog up that central area. It's very hard to find ways through that, and I felt with our two wingers tonight they could cause some problems. I thought both the lads did that. They kind of took on their defenders, and we got a lot of balls in the box, and how a couple of them stayed out I still don't know. But like I said, I think our general football was in a really good place. It's just that we paid again the price for not having the sort of concentration that we needed in key moments.
A couple of very quick final ones, Ange. I wondered, with Mickey and Kuti, always part of the plan for you to do 45 there?
Yeah, they're going to play 45 tonight. Look, if it was a Sunday game, they probably wouldn't have played at all, but being Monday, I thought it was a good chance for us to keep building those guys up. Good chance for Kulusevski, Richarlison, Wilson, Kevin to get some minutes as well. Obviously, we could rest Destiny and Matters and Lucas and a few of the others, which I think will be helpful as well.
And just in terms of the way that you and the coaching staff prep for games like tonight, obviously there's a huge amount of emotional energy that goes into Thursday night, and it was such an impressive performance. When you prep for games, is the prep different in the Premier League? Do you look at it in a different way?
No, not really. It's the same kind of prep, and you kind of focus on the opposition and obviously whatever unique challenges they present. So the preparation doesn't really change, and look, the lads are great at taking the information in. Like I said, I think you hate losing all the time, and it's happened too often for us this year. But it's even worse losing when you know that your football was good enough to win a game, and that's the bit that's hard to accept.